Evening all, and welcome back to Kerbalism. We are here in orbit of Minmus. Our rescue craft has arrived, and we have just discovered the pod of Kerman. Kerman, yes. He is here, he is alive, we're getting all the wonderful... he's got no resources, and then he's got loads of resources. I did have this craft dock at our station in orbit of Kerbin and refuel first, because I was a little concerned about getting here. Not getting here, but the two craft are actually in opposite orbits. This one's in a prograde orbit, and the other one is in... is it this one here? No. Wars debris. I can't remember who the other Kerbals we're supposed to rescue. Have a look, see here. Hold on. Dessen and Senmore, yes, and he's in a retrograde orbit. So, yes, I've gone for the closer one first because that makes more sense, and then we can swap around and go and grab this other one here. I'm banking on us having enough fuel. We've got about the same sort of fuel we had around the moon. Well, actually, we've got less fuel because we've refueled at the moon, but this is obviously a lot smaller, so less gravity, so hopefully everything will be easier to do. However, we first need to get close to Dessen. We will get very close, in fact. We're going to get about 100 meters or so. And then we need to not just rescue him, but also his craft. That's the important part. So, I suppose we shall stop ourselves about here somewhere. And let's have a look, see what he is. He is a standard pod. That's really helpful, because that means we can dock stuff to it. We can link stuff to it and not have to worry about any major issues with not being able to dock. Although it's going to be awkward because of spinning. But we might be able to get around that by putting a solar panel temporarily on there. Maybe? Not sure. Let's get closer, shall we? We need to do. I do obviously have RCS on this. It's a little... I've got a lot more fuel here. It's a little underpowered considering the weight of this vehicle. My original plan had been for this stage to get us to Minmus and then everything be done with just this lower part here. So it would have probably been a bit slower, or a bit lighter. But that's not really a problem. We'll just use the standard engine for the time being. Seems to be quite good at getting things together. I will definitely use the RCS to dock though, because that's going to be a real pain to try and do that without it. Okay, so let's get a little bit closer, shall we? Try not to time warp too bad so I actually fly directly past the craft, which is something I have done several times. There we go. Okay. Right. So, Milden, out you get. You have a screwdriver. With that. And you are going to grab one of those and one of those. You can grab two at once. Excellent. Okay. So, let's see here. H, B, N, R to change the node. R to change the node, so it's attached on the bottom. Hold H and click. Boom. Then exactly the same for here. R, hold H, click. There we go. And now I know they are perfectly aligned. Which is excellent. So what I've got to do is convince them to actually plug together, which may not be as difficult as it seems. Obviously, the magnets may prove to be quite useful here. What is going on here? Come on, come back. This is a bit wobbly because we've got quite a thin neck. Let's see if we can't head towards the target here. I am upside down as well. That's where I'm getting confused. I'm pressing the wrong buttons because the pod is upside down. There we go. Now, does this have an electric charge? No SES because you're an engineer. Okay. If I can't point in roughly the right direction, try and help us out a little bit here. I just need to get close and hopefully the wonderful power of the magnets themselves will do the rest of the job for me. Here we go, look at that. There we are, one craft successfully rescued. Okay, now all I need to do is figure out how to get to this one. So, actually changing my orbit retrograde and in fact getting the inclination correct wasn't as bad as I thought. 211.5 meters a second, so that's still well under what we've actually got in this first stage here. I'm utterly impressed. This engine, this Wolfhound engine, is fantastic. I think since I've unlocked it, I've used it on pretty much every craft I've built so far because it's just so good. It's pretty terrible in atmosphere, but just out here, when you compare it to all the other engines, you just build a craft, just keep swapping engines out and look at the Kerbal Engineer readout to give you what it is. This one probably gives me a good sort of 50% more fuel or more Delta V than the other ones do. So my guess is it's a little bit unbalanced. It's probably too light for what it should actually be, but well, I'm not complaining. Right, so there we go, that's pretty close. I have overshot slightly, but that's okay because we are a long way off. We're 618 kilometers away from the target, so I'm going to look around a few times and I shall be back once we actually get some form of encounter with Senmore. Okay, so 2 days later, we are back. Wasn't 2 days worth of manoeuvring, it was just basically waiting for the craft to actually sort of line up. Yes, we are back, and hopefully it's just 2.7 kilometers away and pretty much on the same sort of orbit. So all I've got to do is get closer. Which once again I think I'm upside down, so I'm pressing the wrong buttons to control the craft. Really not sure why I get confused by that. You can use an apple to see exactly where you're going. But for some reason I visually look at the craft when I move around. I look at that, I look at this and I go, right, I need to turn left. And if the craft's upside down, I end up turning right. Not what I need to do. So let's go that way. And if we can get some form of encounter, close encounter. Oh. Way off target here. What is going on? Come on, come back. There we go. Apparently we're going to have a 100-meter ish encounter in 9 minutes. It's awesome. There we go. Apparently we're going to hit the target in 8 minutes. That's almost perfect. just the not hitting it part. That's the only bit I've got to worry about. Cool. The top pod is now using all the food and life support and bits and pieces from the main pod, and also obviously adds its own to the stockpile, which means we've actually gone up to 11 days worth of food, which is awesome. So let's flash ahead. We have found him. He's still alive. Sean Moore. Not sure why I said Seymour, but Sean Moore. Sean Moore is alive. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. I was not expecting that. That is going to be a little difficult to attach to, because it's very, well, not attached to it, but a little difficult to bring that in to the atmosphere of Kerbin. They're heavy. I hope I've got enough parachutes for this. I'm not really sure. Well, there's only real one way to find out. Let's go that way towards our target. Nice and close and personal. And then Mildin can get out and attach what we need to it. So, Mildin. You need 2. In fact, we only need 1 of these. Grab that. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. I don't want it spiraling off out of control. Hatch. Okay. Needs to come back a bit. Oh, we did. We hit it. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Oh dear. Can we stop spinning? Of course, I can't just accelerate time and tell it to stop spinning because I have persistent rotation. Which, means that crafts always spin no matter what. Well, that slowed it down, and I want to try to chase it down before it runs away from me. Ooh. In you get. Grab, no. Grab. Board. Oh, I'm turning the wrong way. I'm turning the wrong way. Again, if I can just get close to it, it does mean that the magnets will do their job. But it's just getting close to it and getting the docking port near it somewhere. And over, so I'm level again, so I know what's going on. Let's stop. Stop. Oh, we're really heavy. I'm going to bash into that again, aren't I? Oh no, looks like I'm actually going to miss it slightly. That's fine. even better. Okay, so I need some way to convince this craft to stop spinning. Unfortunately, I can't just grab onto it and use the jetpack. That would be absolutely ideal. What I may do, I may grab another one of these and put it on the other end. It does look as if this end is the one that's approaching me a bit better. I was to step on this end. Then try and use my manoeuvring thrusters to get somewhere close to it and see whether the magnets will do their wonderful job. This is obviously a lot of light is going on here, and I understand that. I know it's not a fantastic viewing at the moment, but I don't know what's going to happen when I'm doing this. I don't know how effective I was going to be at doing it, or how anything was going to work, or if it was going to work at all. So I thought I'd record it just in case something goes terribly, terribly wrong. Or goes terribly right. I don't know. Oh, sorry, bashed the mic there. It looks as if that side's coming up towards us. Oh, this could be perfect. This could be fantastic. But I bashed into it slightly. Dagnabbit. Millman. Do. Oh, can we? Oh, what happened there? What on earth happened there? Okay, I'm not sure quite what happened there. Something went a bit wrong. Get back in the pod and chase it down again. And the magnets have grabbed. Things are working. Finally, we are connected. That was a long time. Wow. Yeah, that was a lot more than I expected to actually have to do there. Just tapping it and making it start spinning was absolutely awful, and then for some reason when the magnets did engage last time it just flew off, and I don't really know what the hell happened there, but it doesn't matter. We are successful. We have all of these attached here. I hope I have enough parachutes for this to go down. I know the heat shield isn't large enough. That's going to be a problem. But I'm hoping I've got enough fuel on board to not have to worry about it. So, let's go home. Let's go home. Let's see here. We want to... Oh. Right, that I cannot read those numbers. There's too much going on there. So, that'll do. That'll do. Let's just fire the engines off at there. We really want to come along our orbit for some reason, but yeah, about there. That'll do. That'll do. So let's walk around. I don't think if I do it now, it's going to help in any way, shape, or form. Not particularly. Nope. So yes, we need to come out the dark side. So I'm just having a look there whether I can change things up to try and get the manoeuvre done quicker, because well, it's a long way. It's a day away. So let's go around to that orbit, and we shall try and break out of here. Oh, we're going to get another stop signal here. Kerbal station batteries are almost empty, and it's back again. That is starting to get very annoying, in fact. And away we go. Okay, let's head home from Minmus. Gonna watch this one till the periapsis comes down to, well, pretty much what we need it to. Somewhere near the atmosphere or in the atmosphere. Although now we're just burning. Not really helping. If I was to burn normal, perhaps that would bring it down, but also bring our orbit down, which we might get an encounter with something else. Not really sure. Oh, no, it's not normal, it would be anti-normal. Ah. Got that one well and truly wrong. We do have plenty of fuel, so I'm not really fussed about it, about using a lot of fuel up. Okay, and then I suppose we want to point prograde and just get ourselves down a little bit more. I will obviously burn the rest of the fuel off in orbit and try and get my orbit as down low as possible, so we're coming in as slow as possible. There we go. That looks fine to me. Okay, so this rescue is 50% complete. I just have to hope that we have enough of everything to do everything. We have 9 days and 5 hours of food left, and our periaps is in 8 days for it. This is going to be a close one. So, we have a problem. We have got a coronal mass ejection directed towards the Kerbal system in 3 hours and 33 minutes. Now that's fine for these because they have shielding on them, but this craft and that craft does not, which means my Kerbals are going to get irradiated, All the other Kerbals should be fine because they're in orbit of Minmus, or in the case of the moon, there is a shielded craft there, so that'll be okay. But for this one, we're in a spot of bother. I'm going to turn it so the rear end's facing the sun. I don't think this is going to help in any way, shape or form. I'm entirely honest with you. But I'm just thinking, if I turn it so it's facing the sun that way, perhaps these will get protected. I don't know. Generally, we're going to have to ride this out and find out what happens. Fast forward time to this mass ejection and really hope that none of my Kerbals die from radiation poisoning. But we shall have to find that one out next time. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again next time. And until then, as always, have fun.